Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with renowned producer and composer, Tyler Lyons. For more on the incredible Tyler, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the amazing talent of Tyler Lyons.
Still picking up the pieces that you left behind. Lost count of all the bottles. Are you coming back tonight? No, I should be by myself, but I'm not good company. When you don't want me back, it's familiar, and that's why it comforts me. It's a pain I'm used to. It's a pain I've been through. It's a pain I know too well, and I can't get away from what I'm used to. Been walking through the deep end, a place I know too well.
Well, hello, Tyler. How are you?
Great. How are you doing today?
I'm doing so much better now that I am speaking with you. And also, I'm so excited that the audience just got a little sneak peek of Pain I'm Used to. You are the songwriter, you are the producer, you are the multi-instrumentalist as part of Midnight Village. You are Mr. Renaissance Man, Tyler Lyons. But before I get your head too big, I want to start from the very beginning, a very good place to start. And I use a musical theater reference because off camera, as you know, I am a major theater director. Well, I don't know about major theater director. I'm a director that mainly does theater. There we go.
Majorly in your life, it's major but you are involved in major things too, so it's twofold.
Thank you, Tyler, for that affirmation. You should be interviewing me. And I want to know, where did you grow up, Tyler? And when did you realize that you had not only this gift as a writer, but just for music in general?
I grew up in thank you for asking. I grew up in the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania, which is a small little mountain town vacation ski resort 2 hours west of New York. So it's really in the boonies, really beautiful place. Good for a few days, and then you want to kind of see some people. And I kicked actually in my mother's stomach before I was born at a concert. So I think there was some sort of, indication I would be involved in music. And
absolutely.
In Pennsylvania, there's a lot of kids that were, involved with hunting, fishing, swimming in the creek, things of that nature, which I do like, but I chose to escape and learn music just because I found percussion in the band and choir in the band, the after school show choir, doing the plays and all the musical, the community theater, all of that. And kind of getting into that made me stand out in my mind, but also made me kind of a target for bullying in my small town. So at the same time, I think I was taking lessons, I was getting into music. I was also getting made fun of on the bus, all this stuff. And I never fought back. I never got upset. I had very supportive parents and friends around me that really helped me channel all my, frustrations into music and writing, learning to express myself, writing poetry, learning favorite songs that I really liked. The songs that I liked on the radio, I'd play them back, try to learn them. It was an escape for me. And I just got really, really into it. As sure you understand.
Well, I do understand. And look, I have a very similar upbringing. But the fact of the matter is, I feel like most artists who are still doing the thing had these, I call it in my head, like these dichotomy experiences where, in my own therapy, I realized that those kids were the ones that were jealous. They were insecure and jealous. But the fact that you just kept going and got the approval and the support of close family and friends to use that emotional dis-ease to find your ease with your artistry is incredible. I know that you were telling me off camera that you were playing a lot of the leads in musicals growing up. Did you have any favorite roles that you played?
Oh, the leading player of Pippin. For
love
sure.
it.
Oh, because it was Ben Vereen's iconic role, and they had the song Glory, that the song just went really, really high, and I could never hit it in my voice lessons, and I really achieved it, and I got it all 3 nights, and I really felt good about it. But it was also the devil on the guy's shoulder, so it was a kind of good light, and I was the dark, wearing a red silk shirt, white. It was so fun to play, and I got to dance a lot, really, really explore. That was really, really fun. And also we did Wizard of Oz, and I was the Tin Man. And that was
my
great.
God. Talk about range, Tyler. Hello.
Yeah, you gotta show.
From Steven Schwartz to Harold Arlen. Can you get any more of a range, my friend? Well, listen, you went from theater to obviously attacking your career as a producer and a composer mainly. And I want to know for you, when did you realize that you, in addition to songwriting, had a talent and a knack for the whole vision? That you were like, you were always in the trenches, it seems, but when you became producer, it's like you go to like 10 to 20,000 feet. When did you realize that you liked being up there too?
Very good observation, because that's kind of what it is, and it doesn't happen like that overnight. And I started off with percussion in the band, then voice lessons, and then got into guitar lessons, eventually started playing bass, then started taking piano lessons and keyboard, music theory, all in school growing up, all during this time that we were just talking about. And then it was kind of culminating into learning all these instruments, learning synthesizers, learning how to produce myself. I just got a little audio interface, a USB little thing on a iBook, and learned how to use GarageBand, basically how to record myself, write the songs I was writing. And I wanted to express myself even more, asked for it, begged my parents for, more gear. And little by little kind of learned how to get down all those gear and all that gear and learn how to master that at least. And then I just started really listening to different types of music when I went to college: jazz, R&B, really, really obscure pop from different countries, and classical, like all different types of music, talking to all my friends who had different backgrounds, and all that amalgamation just went into a soup inside. And then I just started figuring out how to hang out with my friends who wanted to write songs anyway. And then we were producing and writing songs already. So it was like a new modern way of jamming in the kind of garage that I was used to. And then I got to the point where GarageBand went to Logic, which is a program that we use. And then Logic went to Pro Tools. And then that was like a big eye opener. Then got to work in a studio for my college internship. You have to get credit. So I was lucky enough and very grateful to work at a local studio and got to learn how to run sessions there and do like rock bands and multiple instruments all at the same time. But I knew I wanted to do pop music. That's why I moved out, to California to do that, because the people and friends I was producing turned into clients. They had budgets that I felt I needed to be worth more. So I built up a pedigree and a portfolio that at least I could showcase some of my work. So after years, it just got more and more and more. And then I started, doing film music, because it was just instrumental, no singing. So it was just me. And it was slightly dark. So it was just all over the place. I was just bored.
Tyler, I love that in every aspect of your life, and I can relate because now that I'm a director, I look back and I'm like, oh, I did that because that was a tool in my tool belt. Oh, I did that because that's a tool in my tool belt that was leading me to my directing. I feel like everything you've ever done, from Tin Man to leading player to multi-instrumentalist to singer to choir to being bullied to putting yourself out there as a performer, to having friends who also like to do other things that maybe whose lanes were a little bit more different than you. It's like all these tools, Tyler, you were putting in your tool belt, and then as a producer, and now as a film scorer, it's like I'm like in your head going, aha, this is why. This is
It's like John
why.
Williams, with all those people there, you got a blank slate on that screen. You can do whatever you want. And I think once you get over the daunting feeling of like starting over and just go with it and have fun, you know, and not for nothing, like this was not an easy thing. It's always a difficult thing. I'm always trying to learn something new, and it always is a struggle to kind of get more people involved. And especially this last year for everybody, it was kind of difficult, but best thing to create, I think. But it was definitely not an easy thing. And I'm very grateful for all the people that have at least, you know, supported me and, you know, helped me learn a lot along the way. And we did it together, because once you learn one person, they tell their friend, and then they hear the song. Oh, I like that sound. What do you want to do? You know, it all boils back to like two people.
I know, right? Always, once you
at a party.
you peel the onion, right? I know, I agree. And also, Tyler, you know, I want to do a little shift because we were talking off camera about FENIX and, you know, this cryptocurrency blockchain. And, you know, I want you are somewhat well versed in it. And I'm always so happily, I don't want to say surprised, but I feel like the younger kids, I feel like you're younger than me, God bless, but that the kids these days, they have so much more of a vernacular with blockchain cryptocurrency, and you are one of them.
Even some of the kids I teach, thankfully, they have coding and 3D printing classes in their amazing schools, obviously here, like, and they know what they're doing. They can build computers. They know all the stuff about the video games. They know how to build and like, it's so
crazy.
inspiring to see that.
And when I see it as part of this, you know, social media app for artists, it's like, wait, no, this really is not only the wave of the future, but it's been happening. So talk to me about your relationship with blockchain.
Well, I got more or less interested into it. I heard about it at school, rumblings, but it was definitely a speculative asset. It was more of a kind of thing. And then I heard about Ethereum and kind of more of the ERC20 tokens, then the more dApps and DeFi type of capabilities. Then I was like, oh, okay, now people are taking this seriously and being able to create this infrastructure on this amazing technology. And I thought it was just there for transactions, helping out with people. I just thought it was there. I never knew what it was. So I just watched a bunch of videos that, you know, had great people speaking about it, and did my own research around 2016, right before that wave, 2017. So I got in at least that time, and then really got into researching it just for a personal investment type of interest. Then I discovered MusicCoin and Ujo, which are two music trading platforms that I think kind of fizzled out, but the mission that they had was very cool, to kind of bypass this black market fund or black box fund that is lost in the streaming rights and all of our royalties, and direct from stream to consumer, which without a middleman, which sounds amazing. And I think it's been a long time now that people much smarter have been figuring this out and writing it and coming together and collaborating on figuring out how we can do this all together. And it's kind of serendipitous that we are even talking, because this is like something I really, really appreciate. So I've been doing my research on FENIX and the wonderful things and capabilities it has. So I'm excited to hear more. And I guess that's, I mean, what kind of things does, what is FENIX's mission besides like what I can find on on the website.
Yeah, what I love so much about FENIX, Tyler, is not only are they leaning into this wave of cryptocurrency, blockchain, taking the middleman out to put more money in artists' pockets, whether it be through live streaming, merch, their songs. But on top of that, it's a new wave of connecting artists, not only here in the United States, but the East. And before this thing is even publicly launched, I am literally an example of someone just by doing these interviews. If you go to, if the audience and you go to, I'm so grateful to the over 300 interviews I've done over the past few months. My collaborations already, both theatrically, film, and TV, I'm collaborating with artists all over the country and the world, in Japan, Singapore, Australia, and just from these interviews. And it's like, okay, if this, then what? If Will Nunziata on 57th Street, who just before this pandemic thought he would just be creating and directing for theater, is now and has projects within the television, film, and by the way, animated feature mediums.
It's still within that net. It's amazing, but it's such a new thing.
I'm learning, Tyler. Where were you in interviewing me to be affirmed that it's all one pot?
I mean, that's amazing that that's proof that music and future technology and disruptive technology, not in the sense of something bad, but something that I think people are scared of, maybe because of they're not used to it. So this type of education.
Do you remember when email came out? Remember when email came out and people were like, what, mail? Where does it go? How does it get
what's going on?
Facebook, what's Facebook? I mean, or everything new, it scares people, but it's you leaning into the fear that we know as artists on a daily basis.
Take a risk.
What?
Take a risk. Well, and it's not going anywhere. Like, I've had the same conversation for years after years, and some people are on the fence about it, maybe because they don't know, and I try and tell them when they're over here at the studio, when we're working, I'm always, checking my things and watching things, or at least going on Twitter, being an active part of at least the Cardano community and the Bitcoin community. I just kind of am I'm interested in those two. And now I'm diving into FENIX, and excited to learn more about, the capabilities once you guys launch. When are you guys thinking about launching?
I'm going to be launching in the next month or so. So, it's kind of like this ticking time bomb where we have all of these amazing,
very exciting,
already on board. And I'm excited that you're on board, Tyler. And look, I could talk with you forever, my friend. But for more on the incredible Tyler and all of the amazing art that he has out there and coming up, you can read more about him right below this video. Tyler, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.